I could pull a better podcast out of my head. Hey, kids, welcome to the Tempest Universe.
China.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
It's China to me, China.
Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside.
China.
This is the Tempest Universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
I feel like I need to have a disclaimer probably every other podcast, so that way people understand. People understand what the podcast is about. This is your host, Manny. This is the Tempest Universe. It is the podcast that takes a satirical look at UFOs, space, and anything in the universe, even war. I got to get this off my chest because I got trolled over the weekend, over the last podcast, because I said some things about Zelensky that people didn't like. Mind you, I did say it is my opinion, but I promise you, usually my opinion is backed by facts. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But let's clear some things up. I said that I didn't think that Zelensky really was about the people, right? Now, this is before all hell broke loose in Russia. Now he's all about the people. He's like, everybody surrounding me now. Protect me because they want me. Putin wants me. That's what he said. And, not exactly those words, but that's what he said. My take is, why does Putin want you? What the hell did you do that we didn't know about? But anyway, I digress from that because we all know Putin just wants the USSR back. But you did something. You literally put a carrot in the crack of your ass, loaded it up with Vaseline just to make it appealing for Putin to come in. But let's just go back. The old man band out of Los Angeles, apparently they took offense to what I said about Zelensky. Let's bring everyone up to speed. People are used to just having UFO news and space news on here, which we got some good stories for today, but let me just clear some things up. My comments were before shit really hit the fan out in the Ukraine area. And for those of you who are new to the podcast back to UFO Buster Radio days was always about the blue collar person. That is the individual in the topic of ufology that is trapped, right? The government's not giving you answers. Officials anywhere, even in your state level, the country, federal level, they're not giving you information. So you have to come up with your own explanations for why you got probed last night. But it goes the same for the entire universe from the human's perspective, right? The people in power are always probing you no matter what. So the people in Russia are getting probed. The people in Ukraine are getting probed. The people in the whole damn region, they're all getting probed. Hungary, Poland, Belarus. It is the people that suffer because the guys that are in power do whatever the fuck they want. That's just the way it is. So these guys, the old man band, with a name like that, nobody gives a shit about you, I promise you. But let me just clear this up. When I say things on the podcast, I usually don't say it without paying attention. And, most of us have family and military that get involved in things like this, So when there is some kind of a big to-do that involves the United States, NATO, that involves the EU, you go on red alert. You watch all the videos. You watch all the newscasts. You follow this stuff. I've been following this stuff since way before Zelensky, we'll just call him Zelensky, was over there shaking his ass for the Russian bear. Let me just take you back to January 28th. Zelensky and Biden are on a phone call after, listen, when Sleepy Joe calls you about something, you better pay attention. He literally got out of his nap for about a few days, probably. He was like hibernating. And Sleepy Joe all of a sudden gets up and says, I've got to call Zelensky. And he calls him whatever. After the phone call, back at the end of January, Zelensky went to the media and said that he hopes that the United States will dial back on his dramatic assessment of the threat that Russia poses to his country. I bet he wished he never said that. But again, Sleepy Joe is telling you, wake the fuck up. That is, if that does not wake you up, you're an idiot. But let's not call him an idiot because some of you get upset about that. But this is what he did. Keep in mind that Zelensky is not a career politician. No, he's a freaking comedian. Like, really, he is a comedian who got into some money, created his own, production company, loves social media, kind of like Trump, and that's how he got into taking over the country, basically, in the last election in 2019. He don't know politics. He don't. And when you don't know politics and you're dealing with someone who's from the KGB and is all about politics and just ruling with the iron fist, I'm sorry, you got to be a bit more careful. The day after that Zelensky talked to Biden, he then goes on to the news and says that NATO needs to dial down its war rhetoric in relation to Russia and Ukraine. The guy basically was in complete denial. He didn't want anyone talking about it. Meanwhile, this last Friday, NATO comes in and has meetings and talks about how they've known for months that Putin has his eyes on the Ukraine and was planning to kick some ass. And apparently, members of NATO were trying to talk Putin out of it. I'm pretty sure that whole time Zelensky knew about it as well. You can't, I don't make this stuff up. This is real shit. Literally, go back into the news from January and even before. And you will see that he was well aware and downplayed all of it. But when push comes to shove, yeah, I am all about standing my ground. Let's get all the 60-year-olds to come save me and put themselves in front of me. I'm sorry, I don't subscribe to a lot of the leadership around the world. Some people idolize them. Some people think, he's the hero right now. The heroes are the people who are on the front lines. The heroes are the men that are giving up their lives. The women and children who are leaving, they're heroes too. Because they're in that conflict and they've stayed as long as possible. The hero are the people in Russia, the people in Ukraine. Those are the heroes. All these other guys, whatever. I mean, you kind of knew what you were dealing with. Did you not think that Putin was going to push on you the moment you got into office? I mean, the guy smells weakness. He really does. So now this guy is out there. He's like, you guys got to give me, protect my airspace. You got to, no fly zone. How do you get to make demands like that? I can't. When I think about all of the other countries that now have to help you out because you literally told people to shut the fuck up because you knew what you were doing, and it turns out you didn't. And now the people in your own country are dying. People in Russia, some of those military folks are dying. And all these countries are getting involved because you didn't listen to Sleepy Joe. You told him to shut the fuck up. And this is where we are. This is my issue with Zelensky. It's not the Ukrainian people. It's not the Russian people. It's the leadership of both. It's just nuts. So you guys in LA can kiss my ass. Before you get drunk, smoke like 3 blunts, and make crazy accusations about the podcast and what I'm talking about, please Read something. Reading is fundamental. You can do it. I promise you. Or go back to, download an app or some shit and learn how to read. Be up to it. Be part of the news. Listen. Read. Watch. That's all I got. And it is horrible. It's horrible what's going on. It's horrible. All these other countries got to get involved. And, I think these two dudes need to just quit. There's too many lives already being lost. Too much destruction. Both countries, Russia and Ukraine, have very beautiful cities. And they got shitty cities too, but every country's like that. So, come on. Cut the shit. Don't be blaming me for the shit that happens in Europe. And I can say whatever the fuck I want on my podcast. Take that to the bank. Anyway, we got some stories. One is kind of short. One is a direct result of what's happening in the region, as they say. And what can you do? Let's talk about when's the best time to find UFOs in the UK and what kind of UFOs they're seeing, because it's madness. And if you got any comments, don't be a troll. These band, they're damn trolls. Hit me up. PM me. Let me know what you think. I guarantee you that whatever thought you have that I was wrong about something, I will send you a whole list of things of how I researched this and I came to my conclusion. For fuck's sake. Anyway, let's check out this track because I am a hurricane, to be honest.
Scars. I'll brush you off just like the dust upon my shoulder. I have a hunch of who you are. Believe it or not, I got the strength to blow you over. I'm a hurricane, I'm bringing thunder and rain. I'm a hurricane if you get in my way.
got one more point to make. That I totally forgot about it. I got so worked up. Back on February 14th, Valentine's Day here in the U.S. and probably everywhere else. I don't even know. There was, again, Zelensky went to the news and said that they were going to be attacked on the 16th by the Russians. And that he was going to make that day the day of unity. It turns out that his aides actually went to the media afterwards and says, hey, our president used to be a comedian, and he was just being satirical about citing what the media was saying. He has no real source. This is what I mean. Don't get upset at me because the leadership of the good guy is an asshole. That's the truth. Was a very peculiar article out of the UK, and this article, and this is what no ufologist has been able to do. No scientist has been able to do this either. But in this article, they've done it. They've been able to pinpoint in the UK when the Brits are more than likely able to spot a UFO. That's freaking bananas because, science will tell you if it's not repeatable. If you can't continue to test it and have the same result, then why even bother? But alien hunters in the UK say, hey, you are more than likely to spot a UFO around 9 p.m. on a Saturday in September towards the north of the country. Like literally, not only did they give you the time, they gave you the day, they also gave you the month, and where in the country you're going to spot the most UFOs in the UK. So book your tickets. If you don't live in the UK, if you don't live in Ireland, please, September, 9 p.m., north part of the UK, you will see UFOs a lot, according to this. As a matter of fact, it was 413 sightings that were reported last year, and more than a quarter of those happened in Northwest or Yorkshire, according to the data collected. In addition to that, again, Saturdays between 9 and 10 p.m. is when most of the probings occurred. Like, we could make this into like a yearly thing. Everyone go in September, take themselves some good ointment or some kind of lotion just in case it does go down, and you'll be ready. I mean, come on. This is what we've been waiting for. Like, if you're a ufologist and you've been tracking UFOs, this is where you need to be. The month of September, North UK. Go to Yorkshire. They've got great pudding, I hear. Check it out. I mean, why not? There was an event that happened also in January of last year, which apparently was one of the most significant sightings as of recent years in the UK. So, I mean, I didn't have it in September, but, some people in January got lucky. 4 triangular UFOs were spotted by 4 different witnesses in 4 towns west of England near the border of Welsh for over 18 hours. Now, I don't think there's many conventional aircraft, either military aircraft, whatever it is, that are triangular shaped. They can hang around for like 18 hours. Eventually, they gotta leave. They gotta leave and refuel. This is what's nuts. This is one of those sightings that's unbelievable. And there's something about the triangular craft, which many people have dubbed the TR-3B, that just captures the mind. But the weird thing is that most modern military aircraft, when you look at it from the bottom up and it's flying over you, the damn things look triangular. Not many of them have a shape, at least the newer ones. They look like a regular conventional aircraft. They don't, because of all the stealth technology. But apparently in this town in the UK, let me tell you, in the UK, if the shit's hanging out for 18 hours, there is no way it's conventional. Unless there's something else we don't know about. Maybe something else is going on in the UK. Maybe they're the ones who are putting out the UFOs, and it's not the Russians because they're busy beating up on everybody in the neighborhood. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. 21 out of those sightings for the year, which is a total of 413 in the UK, were classified as close encounters of the first type, meaning that the visual detail that they saw was less than 500 feet away from them. Are you shitting me? Why are we not in the UK? This is from a country that tells you they're not investigating UFOs. They don't have this kind of shit happening in their motherland where the queen is proper. This is what I'm saying. This makes no sense. Why is it that the folks in the UK, the regular blue-collar folks, the people that work every day as hard as they can, are seeing UFOs, but then, the folks in the House of Commons, they don't see shit. They don't even want to acknowledge it. They don't want to talk about it. It's no different. No different than it happens here. Happens in the UK. Happens in Ghana. I don't know. Australia. None of the governments want to acknowledge UFOs. The people are constantly reporting it, but they're ready to go to war for stupid shit. This is why many people in ufology say that it's going to take a grassroots movement to figure this out. But, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. This is 413 reports. 21 of them were within 500 feet. If you are so dumb that you cannot figure out that a craft is not conventional at less than 500 feet, what is wrong with you? You must have flown on a plane sooner or later, eventually, or as a kid, I don't know. But this is what the problem is. Only 40 out of these 413 sightings were dismissed as hoaxes or people that had mental problems. People with mental problems are people too. They just don't have the right medication. But only 40 out of 413, that is a significant amount of sightings that remained in only this area of the UK. They were unidentified. UAP, UFO, ET phone home, whatever you want to call it. That's significant in many ways. These are not Starlink sightings. There's no other, cluster of satellites out there as big as Starlink. So what were they? What were these people seeing out there in the middle of northern UK, really all of UK, to be honest, because the 413 occurred all over UK. A quarter of them, a little bit more than, happened in Northwest or Yorkshire. Fantastic news. September is the hottest month. Go to the UK. I would love to go up there. I rent myself like a Rocket 3, a Triumph Rocket 3. Rode through the hills of the UK, maybe even break a few laws down in England. But I'll be there, in September. Ride along, have a ride along about 100 motorcycles just running through the hills and trying to figure out where the hell the aliens are through Yorkshire. They got a lot of food contests out there. We'll get fat while we're out there, to be honest. Check out this next tune. The link is in the description if you want to read the rest of the article, but come on. September, there's only one place to be if you believe in UFOs.
keeps me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy, I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way and try to stay true. Just speak low, stand in your row. Try not to show this life's a show. Try not to glow. Way down below, it's a lot of woe. And that's not a place where you would like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you now to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way and try to stay true. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way and try to stay true, 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 true.
Why so serious?
Now, these stories are back to back. This one's out of the UK again because there is a connection here, right? So the last one was about this September thing, but then in January there was these, triangular-shaped crafts. Well, January 26th of this year, there was a Cornish mum, as they say in the UK, Sarah Louise, who was driving towards Gunhilly in Cornwall, in the site of the Gunhilly State Earth Radio Communication Site, when she noticed something in the sky. It was bright as hell because it was actually midday. She described it as a very large silvery star that was amazing. She assumes that this was a triangular, diamond-shaped craft that was pretty massive because it was pretty far away from where she was. She said it caught her eye because it was so bright. It was midday, so it was definitely metallic and reflecting the ambient light of the sun, probably. I don't know. Shit, midday. I mean, it's got to be pretty freaking shiny as hell for her to see it from wherever the hell it was. She said she slammed on her brakes just to take a look at it, and as soon as she told her son to look, it disappeared. She decided, screw it, I'm just going to go my way and she kept on driving, and a few seconds later, she saw it again in a different part of the sky. I mean, what can you say? Well, what was it? You can't even figure that shit out, to be honest. People have been kind of making fun of her, not taking her seriously, because, again, it's a UFO UFO/UAP, and the general public still doesn't take those seriously. Yes, we have reports. Yes, people are coming out of the woodwork in government, titles and stuff like that, and organizations and teams and groups that say, yeah, we're studying this now, but it's not taken seriously yet. You can't just go around half-assed talking about you saw a UFO. Not yet. Give it another couple years. You'll be good to go. People will stop looking at you funny. Especially when there's a bunch of little gray people walking around with as ambassadors to their part of the universe. But that doesn't happen yet. She says this thing was silvery in color, and it really was the only thing she could see in the sky at that time. She said it was extremely bright. According to her, this object was extremely far, but because of that, she feels that it was quite massive. She said it was, again, diamond-shaped, but it looked like, from her perspective, that it was elongated on the right-hand side. I guess that was her right-hand side, because I don't think that thing had hands. Shiny, smooth, and it looked like a solid piece of metal. She says, unfortunately, it disappeared way too quick for me to take a picture of it. I know there's a lot of memes out there, and I actually posted one on Twitter about, how pictures are always blurry, even though we've got fucking 5G. Pictures are blurry, out of focus, too far away. I promise you right now, even if she had the latest Galaxy phone or the latest Pro version of an Apple phone, the picture quality would be shit. It'd be horrible. But I mean, that's just the way it is. None of our phones are made to look, freaking at, 3,000 feet in the sky. They're not. They're not made for that. We will literally see maybe a shiny blob, if anything, but that's it. So you can't really take that away from her as far as not being able, or not even thinking about taking out the phone. That was the best thing she ever did. But this triangular-shaped craft seems to be taking over the UK. There was a lot of time where the TR-3B was a big thing here in the US, right? Tyler Lochner, that's what he always had that on his show on YouTube. Security Team 10. I mean, he loved TR-3Bs. But they've kind of gone away. And lately we've been seeing a bit more about orbs and saucers. It goes in waves. Maybe these guys with the triangular crafts have decided to move on to another planet with hairless monkeys on it. Sorry, I had to take a sip of the whiskey. My throat's getting dry. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to mute this for a second. Oh, jeez. Hold on. God, I got to get out of my system. So I don't know. It appears that it is a thing now in the UK to have diamond-shaped, silvery-looking, solid, metallic crafts hanging around for hours at a time to where people can see them. We'll see what 2022 holds for the UK when it comes to this report. And maybe eventually, in the next 2 years, the MOD or the government there will come around and say, yeah, our folks, actually do see UFOs. I mean, there's whole damn regions in the UK that report UFOs constantly and weird noises. Why can't the local government, the local yokels, why can't the governing government, House of Commons, those guys, the monarchy, just accept the fact that some of them are alien and some of them are reptilian, and they should just let the people know that they're not crazy. There's crazy shit going on out there, and some of it might be tied to the UFO phenomena. It would make things so much easier for everyone if every country did that. They just get over their damn selves. I think I'm bitching too much this episode. But check this out.
Sing for me sweet lullabies. Bright nights, I'm everlasting darksome days. Bright nights, I'm wearing the stain you made on me. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait for the bright nights to lead my way through the maze.
The guys in the chat are talking about sightings of UFOs with bulges. Is that like before they become full phalluses. I don't know. I don't understand. Is that alien envy? Elon gets a phallus up, and so now the ships from 4.24 all got to have bulges now. I don't understand what that is. Why does your ship have a bulge? You're an alien. Tuck it in between your legs. You don't need to show your bulge on your UFO. Pilots report after crashing into UFO has shocked experts. This is one of the worst articles ever. As a matter of fact, in the last 8 weeks, right, the first 2 months of the year, 2022, this story has come out about 3 times. And every time the title changes a little bit, but we still don't know what the hell is going on. The last time that I had this on the podcast, I think it was in January, and they were talking about that the FBI was involved in this incident. This article does not talk about the FBI, but it's the same damn incident. February 21st of last year, American Airlines flight from Cincinnati to Phoenix, a pilot reports a mysterious sighting. Basically, he says, I see a UFO. So he contacts the Albuquerque Air Traffic Control and asks the question. As a pilot, you want to know what the hell's in your airspace. So he says to Albuquerque Air Traffic Control, are there any targets in my air? Do you have anything up here besides me? They say, hell no. What the hell have you been drinking? Are you on the wacky weed? What's going on? Are you rolling your own stuff while you're in the air? They saw nothing. There was nothing up there. Can they tell him that? But the pilot, he doesn't stay quiet. He responds. He says, I hate to say this, but it looked like a long cylindrical object that almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing moving really fast right over the top of us. I mean, what do you do? Cylindrical ships, like Tic Tacs, they're just freaking weird. Why would you have a cylindrical ship? I mean, literally, think about it. There's nothing aerodynamic about it. Nothing. It's a cylindrical thingy, it feels like there's no aerodynamics to it. Kind of, it's not like a phallus. Like a starship. There's your silver phallus. It's got like phallus-like kind of shape, but apparently it's for aerodynamics, right? A cylindrical ship is like I don't know. I mean, how do you explain that? How is it that an alien race from somewhere is able to have a cylindrical ship, like flat on each end? It just like that. Looks like a straw. But yet it defies physics as we know it. And these pilots that are flying around, they see this thing. And of course they're like, holy shit, what the hell is this? I need to call somebody. The FAA confirmed the incident last year and released a statement. The statement says a pilot reported seeing an object over New Mexico shortly after noon local time on Sunday, February 21st, 2021. The FAA air traffic controllers did not see any object in the area on their radar scopes. That's the end of it. You're done. A source, which remained nameless, claimed that the pilots, even in 2021, felt that they could lose their jobs from reporting such a strange sighting. And because of the surge in drone activities everywhere, everybody has a damn drone now, people take the term as UFO as being, you're an idiot pilot. You can't even tell a drone from a cylindrical object, which we know it's BS. There is no way that a pilot flying for anyone, commercially or not, or drug running, cannot tell the difference between a drone and a 50-foot cylindrical object. Impossible. Again, the government is supposed to be for the people, by the people, but it never backs the people. Throws the people into war, throws the people into paid taxes till they drop dead, throws the people into low wages, and all kind of shit. But never gives them the truth, because I guess we can handle it. Here's another example. Is this the end of the story? In the United States, it will be. Because all we're interested in from the standpoint of UFOs is reports coming from military personnel. This pilot, I mean, I had to say it, but no fucks are given. We can rehash the story as much as we want, but unless we get a hold of the actual report that the FAA is looking at and try to figure out if they even forwarded this thing to anyone like Deuce Bigelow, the Space Gigolo, then we'll never know. This pilot, thank you for reporting it, but it's going to go nowhere. As usually, that's what we get. There's more to this encounter at 37,000 feet. And, you know, that shit's scary too, right? You have like a cylindrical unknown aircraft flying over you that's probably like 2 to 3 times the size of your airplane. And you know, airplanes are not little things, especially commercial ones. And you're at 37,000 feet. What if something goes wrong? What if that thing releases some kind of EMF wave or some shit like that disables your plane at 37,000 feet? Accidental or not, you are going to be experiencing a bad work day. I would just tell you that right now. But these things are scary because you're vulnerable 37,000 feet in the air. I mean, come on. Somebody's got to look into this shit. Are you kidding me? One more, and this one's related to the conflict between the Russians and the Ukrainians, between those two governments, and it kind of spilled over into other stuff because that's the world we live in. Check this out.
I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No. I've been down so long that my mind can't get no rest. No. This ain't easy, darling, 'cause the devil's on my trail. I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more. Oh yeah, I've been running so long that my feet don't work no more. Oh no, it ain't easy, darling, when the devil
fucking scream at me?
Where's
you
the
dumb
money?
fuck you? Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat and.
You know that war even affects science, and people that are in control of 500 tons of ISS can talk about when they get pissed off at you that, well, I will drop a 500-ton ISS on your ass because you put sanctions on us. Dmitry Rogozin, Director General, what the kind of title is that? You're a scientist. Director General of Russian Space Agency, Roscosmos. He went to Twitter to denounce the constraints on high-tech exports because of the invasion of Ukraine. There is no limits here, man. There's no limits. Eventually, dog neutering is going to be a problem between these two countries and the rest of the world. There's going to be a problem of all kinds of things. Batteries on vibrators, all that kind of stuff. It's all going to be an issue. Apparently, the system that is keeping the ISS from tumbling down is designed by the Russian. It uses Russian technology. So the Ruskies are keeping the ISS from taking out a town or San Antonio. And right now, because of the sanctions that Russia has been hit with, it affects the space program. And so Rogozin is not happy about it. By the way, I like the space program in Russia just because it's Roscosmos rather than NASA. I mean, you think that all those Nazi folks that came over, Nazi scientists that started NASA, that they would come up with a better name than just NASA. So I like Roscosmos. It's cool. But he went to Twitter, right? Because, Sleepy Joe's on there. He's talking about things, aerospace industry, and all this kind of other stuff. So Rogozin goes in and says, do you want to destroy our cooperation on the ISS? Then he says that the station's orbital control uses engines of a Russian cargo craft docked to the space station. It's like we're keeping this thing up. But then he goes on to say, if you block cooperation with us, then who is going to save the ISS from an uncontrolled descent from orbit and then falling onto the territories of the United States and Europe? Like, he couldn't pick nowhere else. Like, he couldn't say, going over Japan. He couldn't say knocking out Australia or taking out the tribe in South America that now has Starlink and can watch Pornhub. That they got rid of all their leaves now, and then now they're all wearing Speedos. Like, he didn't talk about them. He said no, specifically the United States and Europe. And then he goes on and says that there is no scenario where the ISS would actually fall on India or China. What in the hell is going on? Like, I know where where he pretty much is protecting. I'm sure your ass can aim that shit over to China and India if you wanted to. But he's like, no. No. It is only Europe and America that will be destroyed by your ISS, 500 tons. If you do not lift this nonsense, your sanctions against science. I don't know. I mean, how convenient, right? That this is the only place that it would fall. Right? I mean, China and India are safe. Thank goodness for that, but come on. I don't understand. What happened to the space graveyard that's out there in the southern hemisphere, where all the spacecrafts are supposed to go die when they come in from orbit? No, apparently that's not good enough. We're going to land this shit in Chicago and take out all your deep dish pizza. That's what we're going to do. Roscosmos wins. I don't know. It is some crazy shit that happens. War affects everything. Totally everything. And, we don't know where this is going to go. A lot of people are saying that Putin he's done. He's cuckoo. He's lost his damn mind. Maybe he has. Maybe we've seen only the beginning of this. But if it affects our space program, if it affects our, impacts our ability to continue to work on space, like they're saying right now that the ExoMars, I believe it's called the ExoMars rover, it's like kind of like a EU, European / Russian / American / everyone who can put 2 fucking cents into it. That even that's being impacted. It might not take off in time. War affects everything. Everything. Hopefully not aliens and UFOs, because everyone deserves a good probing every once in a while. Especially right now. It's like getting a good enema. Get rid of some of that pressure, I guess, the buildup. Hopefully it doesn't affect Elon and the gigantic silver phallus that needs to ride again in April or May. Because we need to keep the space program going and not let things that the Russian bear wants to impact slow us. When I say us, I mean all of humanity from moving forward. I thank you guys for listening. This is the end of the podcast. And, you guys in freaking Los Angeles, you oh man band. Idiots. Do some research first before you start trolling people. You guys make no damn sense. Probably sound like shit, too. Peace.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give a damn. Damn, damn. I don't give
Today is the beginning of the end, and the start of the time has come to refine yourself and let go of the demons in your head that have held you in captivity for so long. It's time to flip the page and prove them wrong. It's time for rebirth. Yeah, time's up to say goodbye to all the haters, doubters, and non-believers trying to bring you down. In the blink of an eye, you'll realize that there's so much more to the book than the page you were stuck on. Finally, you will be free to live a life you love living instead of the life you think other people want you to live. Remember, you're the highest